am again. It's been a while. A lot of things have just happened in my life. I feel like I've been living the book of Job for the last I don't know, couple months. It's been crazy. It's been a lot of family crisis and stuff regarding my grandmother who almost passed away a couple weeks ago, who was in a coma. She's still very young and she's my only grandparent left. And she made it. There's a long story to it, and I will get into that later on. Today is the 7th of February 2025. As of the making of this video, I am reflecting, sitting here. I'm gonna light a candle really soon. Today is a very special day for me. Today is the 3-year anniversary of my grandfather's passing. It's been 3 years as of today. So I just had some thoughts regarding it. Just grief in general is a topic that I am so passionate about and I really want to get into more in depth because I have some personal experiences. And another thing I want to share also, yesterday was actually also an anniversary of a death of a loved one who was my classmate from Bible school. 2 years ago, he unexpectedly passed away. The thing that was so tragic about that situation was that he took his life. I'll just go ahead and say his name. His name was Dominic. I feel comfortable just sharing his name. I already shared it a little bit on my Instagram, on my social media, and I feel like his story needs justice because there's a whole thing to that, his passing and what led up to those things happening, and it's just a crazy story. And yesterday was the anniversary for his death, 2nd year, and when I tell you it's so painful, like both of these, and the fact that they are like back to back right after each other, just one day apart, it's kind of surreal. And I want to begin with just if anybody out there is going through something similar and you are grieving somebody or multiple people, sit with it. Just sit with it and know that I'm struggling too right now. It's been a couple years now. It's hard and I'm a Christian, and I believe in Jesus. I have a relationship with the Lord, and it's still hard. It's still extremely hard. And so I just wanted to share some thoughts, because I feel like grief is such a huge topic and such a important topic that is so untouched, taboo, especially I feel like within the Christian circles. I really do want to make a change concerning those things because it's such a essential human experience. It's a God-given experience, and so I just want to share some thoughts. But I just pray will bless you whatever you're going through. If you have lost somebody, your pain is justified. Your pain is absolutely justified. It's your human right to grieve. To grieve as long as you need to and in the way that you need to. I will say this, anniversaries might not even be that hard for some people. It could feel like a lot of pressure surrounding those type of dates, and so the deepest pain might not actually be on an anniversary. It might be just on a random Thursday night, Friday morning. Like, you never know. It'll be any day of the year where it will hit you really hard. So I just want to read a Bible verse that really, I feel like the Holy Spirit really just, he moved in my heart yesterday and just gave me this verse and gave me this revelation. And so I do want to share it with you guys. So it's Revelation chapter 21 verse 4. He will wipe every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death, or sorrow, or crying, or pain. All these things are gone forever. And right before it says in verse 3, he will live with them and they will be his people. God himself will be with them. That's Revelation 21 verse 3 and 4. And it's the hope that we have of an afterlife, of the afterlife with Christ. And there will be no more pain. And with that, there are all types of pain in this world, but grief is one of the worst ones, I would say. Personally, I've experienced a lot of things, but I feel like grief is just uncomparable, I think. Unlike any other feeling, I would just say that. So the revelation I had was just I realized grief is such a privilege. And I say that and it might sound so crazy, but just think about it, in eternal perspective, first of all, our life is so short here on earth. It's such a blink of an eye. It's like a rest stop in eternity. It will fly by so quick, you guys. And I'm telling you, like, time flies by. Instead of thinking of grief as such a burden to our lives, it is a privilege. Our life here on earth is the only time we will have an opportunity in our whole existence, because our life does go on, our spirit never dies. So it's the only time in our whole existence that we will have an opportunity, you guys, to know God as our comforter, to know Him as our healer in this way, in this specific way. In this life, grief is one of the only ways to give God let God be God in our lives, and give Him a chance at tangibly transforming our pain to sit with us in a way and wipe our tears away. Like, only God knows how our grief needs to be dealt with. To be honest, like, I don't know what I need when I'm grieving. Like, I just know that it's so painful. I just know that I wanted to stop. I just know that I just have these memories and this love and this pain and trauma from people, and I can't really go to that person anymore. Like, that person is not here anymore. But God, He designed us that way, so He would be the only one who truly knows what we need when we grieve, how to heal us. This is our time to feel. This is our time to experience the human experience. This is our time to feel our pain, embrace your pain. This is our time to feel our pain and cry. This is our time to mourn the ones that we have loved, who have made an impact on our lives, in our hearts, who have in some way, for whatever reason, been important to you, that you have lost. Like, it's our time to mourn. It's our time to cry. It's our time to let those tears come out. Let those tears come out, and it's a time to taste our tears even. It's mourn the love that we can no longer pour into that person that we have lost. Surrender those tears to Jesus so that He can take those and water our life like a plant. So this is a revelation, you guys. It's so beautiful. This is the symbolism I got out of it. So when we surrender our tears to Him, He can water our life. He can water our hearts, our spirit. And by the end of our lives, you guys, if we have done this and embraced, sat with our grief, and just been honest with ourselves, been honest with God, surrendered our tears, He can take that. He can bottle those up. He can water our lives and our spirits. And by the end of it, when we reach the end of our lives and we are standing at the gates of heaven and we are ready to enter, we can hold our spiritual flowers, guys. We can hold our spiritual flowers and look at them, and it will be so beautiful, and it will be just a sneak peek, such a small but beautiful part of the evidence of God's love. Hopefully this is spirit led, and hopefully, God willing, it will bless somebody out there who is struggling in the same way, who is grieving, to know that if you are a believer, you have a fellow Christian sister in Christ who is struggling with grief and who is living with it and going through it still, like I said, after 3 years and a couple years. And that's okay. And the last thought I just want to leave you guys with is, I'll tell you right now, grief does not have an expiration date. Unless God moves dramatically in your life and He just does a miracle in you, grief is just a friend. It's just a new friend that you will walk like a shadow, kind of, will just walk alongside of you all your life. Just like a friend, it will change. It will change. It will look different, with time as well. But it does not have an expiration date, regardless of if you are a believer or not. Like, we just have a privilege to have a comforter and a father who loves us perfectly, who wants to go through those things with us and is willing to take our burdens upon himself and understand us and heal us and love us perfectly. Take off the pressure if anybody's feeling pressure to, because I remember I felt such a deep pressure. It was like also like a new another level of trauma on top of the whole situation, was a pressure to perform, to act a certain way, to act Christian when I grieve, to kind of get over it quickly. And all I'm saying is, in my experience, it doesn't have an expiration date, and grief also does not have a instruction manual. Don't let anybody, regardless of who they are, Christian, a leader, a pastor, a classmate from Bible school, anybody, tell you, judge you for the way that you grieve and the sentiment that you hold towards certain people or certain things. Like I said, it's our human right to grieve. Like, life is hard enough. We shouldn't be making it harder for each other or for ourselves. So let's go to God and let's comfort each other and love each other well.